The chanting of the holy name is actually meant to cleanse the mind and heart and awaken the pure love that the soul eternally experiences in Krishna's service. Now, although this activity is a glorious activity, most important activity, in our conditioned stage, because of the mind being clouded by past worries and future fears and current illusions, so because of that, the chanting time becomes a time for processing this stuff. Just like in a lake, the bubbles come from the bottom to the surface. Continuously they keep coming. Similarly, these thoughts arise in the mind during the chanting. Whatever you have stocked in the mind for millions of lives, they all keep popping up. And that becomes a big source of disturbance during chanting. And effective hearing is lost. Especially this happens in the mode of passion. In the mode of ignorance, we switch off to hearing the sound and we sleep off and we go to deep ignorance. And that chanting time becomes a resting time because we didn't get adequate rest at night. So then we rest off and then suddenly we find time has passed but the number of rounds have not increased. After half an hour you find only one round is over. And then we realize that we have slept away. So these two are the greatest enemies to chanting. One is sleeping off, another one is letting the bubbles of the past worries and future plan making and fears arise. So in order to avoid this, we have to see life as a compartment by compartment. Like for example, chanting time is only for chanting time. Eating time is only for eating. Playing time is only for playing. Studying time is only for studying. And in this way, in the day, morning to night, if you take one activity, and during that time withdraw your mind from all other activities and do that activity as if in the entire world that's the most important activity. Like you're cleaning the hall. Full attention should be paid. Prabhupada saw one Mataji cleaning. She was cleaning here and then cleaning another strip here. Prabhupada personally took the cloth from her and showed her, you should clean strip by strip, you should not leave anything. Because you are inattentive, we are looking here and they are talking to somebody, you are missing out, he said. So do one thing at a time very effectively, she said. Now, is it just a theory or are there people who have done this effectively? A practical proof is Akrura, for example. While entering Vrindavan, what was the mood of Akrura? You all have heard. He was thinking of Krishna and Balaram and fondly remembering them, and devotion was oozing out of his heart. And he was weeping tears of love for Krishna. And when he saw the Vrindavan dust, he rolled in that dust. So, but who is Akrura? He is Krishna's pure devotee, but he has been a minister of Kamsa. So in Kamsa's palace, there is not much association, good association. Naturally, Kamsa is a nasty fellow, and all his associates will also be talking all rubbish. They will be talking about killing Krishna, Balaram and everybody. And he also will be boasting about his achievements, Kamsa. And he has been sending Agasura, Bakasura, all these people, one by one. There must have been planning happening there, correct, no? With all those stuff happening in the palace, the Akrura has been sitting in the palace. Then how is it that he could withdraw the mind completely, from the nasty, horrible, sinful and revengeful stuff of the court, and to have that sublime, serene, pristine, pure, blissful Krishna consciousness with which he is fondly remembering Krishna. And this is only possible if one has practiced the Krishna consciousness with great intensity. Just like if you have a milk definitely will get diluted if you add water. It becomes diluted. More the water and nobody will know it's milk also. And on the other hand, the milk is transformed into butter. Then butter will never mix with water. So people like Akrura or Bhishma Pitama, they have made their mind like butter. So therefore, the external environment is unable to pollute them. It cannot penetrate them. Just like, in Maharashtra, Shivaji Maharaj made many forts, correct, no? And the forts are made up of stone. and very thick walls and very tall also. And he would keep all his soldiers there, and they would go to the top and shoot. They would go to the top and send arrows and all. So nobody can attack them. So similarly, the butter-like mind is one which doesn't let the polluting external world affect it on one hand. At the same time, it is able to send out positive spiritual signals, throughout the mind, throughout the body, to the other people around. It's like one way. It is coming from inside out, but outside in is not going in. That one has to prepare one's mind for that. So then how does one transform the milk-like mind to a butter-like mind, so that one will be unaffected by the influence of the external world? That is also explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam. There are many factors. One of the factors is prolonged hearing about Lord's name, form, qualities, pastimes and activities. For prolonged Shruta Samprataya, it says. Long hearing sinks in the heart. That's one thing which is said. Just like if you hold a ink pen on a blotting paper, it just spreads. Then you keep on holding. If you take away, it may not spread. But you keep it continuously, it spreads. So, especially students, they should take out the holiday time. Like I remember in Varanasi during the COVID time, they started from first canto, they finished up to 7th canto or something. Every day they had 3 hours of class, morning 1.5, 2 hours, evening 1.5, 2 hours. So you have so many classes, Bhagavatam, just reading purport by purport by purport and digesting and relishing. And just like, for example, camel, if it has to walk in the desert, it has to take in water. It has a water bag, you know that? It has a water bag, it stores water. And then when it's walking in the deserted dry land, it's not going to get any water there from outside. So he takes water from inside his bag only. So he doesn't miss water. Similarly, nowadays life has become in such a manner that you take in a lot and survive on the camel-like situation. When a desert-like world demanding so many, the life is throwing so many demands on us. Again, when the next halt comes, again take in more. Correct, no? So, it's not that when I talk about hearing a lot, you may say, where is time? You may not have time now, but when there is time, are we using it? When we get more time, use it for sense gratification. And that is why we hurt ourselves with long time gaps, rather than nourish ourselves with long time gaps. And that is one of the things Bhagavatam says, hear continuously, Shruta Sampratya Acharam. Hear lot of information about name, form, qualities, pastimes, and hear continuously. Another thing the Bhagavatam says is, different devotees are of different potentials. Just like there was one boy in one of our boy centers, he was telling that in their flat above, there was a high tension wire. So boys would go and put the chair and study, and some of them became baldies. Hair fell off, because high tension wire, exerts influence. The electromagnetic radiation is around it. You can't see it with eyes, but it is there. It has effect on this thing. Similarly, you will find that, in this world, just as electromagnetic potential is there, Dham has similar potential. You go to the Dham, chanting becomes very easy in the Dham. Similarly, devotees are very advanced, they exude Krishna consciousness. And different devotees are of different potential. Somebody is like 1,000 watts, or 2,000 watts, 5,000 watts, 10,000 watts. And very advanced devotees are like 20,000, 25,000 watts. They are carrying tremendous energy, spiritual energy. So hearing even shorter lectures from them is very impactful. On the other hand, you may sometimes be hearing so many lectures on YouTube. For fun, you hear so many things. You hear this, you hear that. Finally, you don't get any impact. The soul doesn't get impacted. So our goal should be to get impacted. And how do you know you are getting impacted? Everybody get impacted by different shiksha. For us, the most important shiksha is Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada's lecture, if somebody is daily hearing little bit also, I hear sometimes like 20 minutes, half an hour, but this hearing is very impactful. So you have to only say that, whether that hearing is helping you. For me personally, it's helping me. I've seen that Prabhupada is very honest and truthful and straightforward. The deep faith has arisen in my heart for him. So if I put a childlike faith in a great personality and I hear, and the personality is also a high potential person, then he will be able to impact my soul. Then I will take his instructions to my heart very seriously. That is also very helpful. And hearing the same person for longer duration has a bigger impact also. And that will transform our heart like the milk into butter. Just like a Sri Sangi versus Bhagavat Sangi. Two words are used in Bhagavatam. Associating with a boy who is always absorbed in women is more dangerous than associating with women directly. Bhagavatam says that. Similarly, associating with the Bhagavat Sangi like Prabhupada and very advanced devotees is more impactful than associating with Krishna also directly. Even if Krishna comes to you and embraces you, that won't have so much effect as hearing someone like Prabhupada. Because that's what Dhruva Maharaj said. My dear Lord, you came and gave a beautiful darshan, I cried tears and I felt the emotion and everything, that's all right. Now you will board the Garuda, say bye-bye and you will go away. What after that? Therefore he said, Bhaktim Muhu Prabhahatam Tvaime Prasango Bhuyadananta Mahatam Amalashayanam Yenancha Solvanamuru Vesanam Bhavabdhim Neshe Bhavat Gunakatam Ritapanamattaha. He said, I want association of your devotees who constantly talk about you, who constantly are absorbed in devotion service. They have no other priority in their life. For them, you are their pran. Give me association of such devotees so that they will constantly remind me of you. So that is better advantage than Lord coming and giving darshan and going away. He says that. So we need association of very advanced devotees, which in Pune we are making it available regularly. Many great souls come here. Advanced devotees. One has to be very intelligent, just like a stock market people. They are attentive to make sure some share comes, new share. They will definitely purchase it. Correct, no? Similarly, you have to be very intelligent to tap that association when you get it. That type of association also makes serious. And another thing, like the holy days like Ekadashi and special festival days, although chanting more rounds is a little difficult to do thing. Just like, for example, sometimes shaving beard or shaving mustache, clipping nails, taking oil water bath, oil bath. These are all time consuming things. Although these are laborious to maintain the body, still we do it because it is good for the body, correct, no? In the same manner, chanting extra rounds is little boring and little painful for the mind. Mind always has excuses why I cannot chant more rounds. But on special festival days, if one understands my consciousness is not that great, let me purify my consciousness more by chanting some extra rounds. Ekadashi day I chanted 5 rounds extra, 10 rounds extra. So that means you are actually increasing your spiritual muscles by doing that. You get stronger inside. And once you become very strong, stronger and stronger, then the outside influences, material influences will reduce on you. More you become stronger. You can actually be in the middle of the material world but be untouched by it like a lotus, unaffected by the muddy pool of water all around, like that. But we don't equip ourselves, then we are in trouble. Like actually there are many things that we are training in our programs. We say that like, chanting of the holy name, following for relative principles, reading Prabhupada books and eating only prasad, not eating outside, so many things. These are all like different weapons which you are carrying with you when you enter the forest of material enjoyment. So one man was told, hey, you are going into the forest, better you break the branch of a tree and carry with you, it is good for you. Because anytime tiger, cheetah, lion may come and you are going into the depth of the forest. So man said, what is this? Carrying this branch on the shoulder is a painful thing. Anyways, there are so many trees all around. Any tiger comes, I can just break one branch and hit it. And like that he said. And then as he entered into the depth of the forest, the cheetah came running fast towards him. Do you think he could do it? What is the problem? By the time he was breaking the branch, cheetah swallowed him. Cheetah captured him. It was too late. So therefore, in the path of bhakti, generally people, when the life throws challenges and has come to, now the water level has risen up to nose. And that is the time they are asking how to release the water now. Earlier only they should block all the holes so that water cannot enter the house. Now we didn't block all the holes, now we allowed the water to enter, now it's up to the nose. And they're wondering now how to escape now. So last minute. So, and carrying the branch in the shoulder, is it a comfortable thing? It's not comfortable, but it is a wise thing to do. Similarly, this extra sadhana I'm telling you, chanting extra, reading extra, following the four regs very strictly, not eating outside anything, not getting carried away by sense gratification, all this satyahara, prayasa, prajalpa, niyamagraha, janasanga, laulyam, and vachavegam, manasavegam, krodhavegam, chivavegam, udaravegam, pastavegam. These 12 items are all items which are draining our spiritual energy. On the other hand, utsaha, nishtaya, dhairya, tatakam, pravatanat, sangatyaga, sattvavrati, these are all giving boost. So they are like carrying the branch on the shoulder. It's painful, but it is safest thing to do. If a tiger comes, you just whirl it around and tiger will run away. Tiger knows this fellow is not alone. He has a weapon. The tiger sees a weapon, it will not come near you. So we have to carry the spiritual weapons with us when you are roaming in the world. And those spiritual weapons will give you confidence also. Like now I am going to America now. I am also asking many devotees to come to America and help also. So you can't go to America without weapons, correct now? Imagine you go like the man who went to the forest without the branch of a tree. It's very dangerous. So you equip yourself with the weapons and armor also. The armor is for defending yourself, and along with that the sword is for preaching and making more devotees. Make devotees. And weapon, somebody is attacking you, show the armor, correct no? Both are required. So we have to have protective mechanism as well as defeating mechanism. Defeating Maya and making devotees and protecting ourselves. So for this we have to equip ourselves with spiritual items. And that's 64 spiritual items Rupa Goswami gives. And the prominent ones are the 5. So these are things to convert the milk into butter. So once your consciousness is getting thicker and thicker and condensed, like a rabdi, condensed milk, it will become very beautiful and sweet. And then the life may throw challenges, but you will be able to take it. See, life is the same for everybody, correct or not? Is there anybody, any of the students can say that he is a cool boy, he has no tension? Everybody has tension. Life is, and you have 24 hours, I have 24 hours, he has 24 hours. Everybody has the same time. So we have to prioritize our life in such a way that we take in to transform our mind and heart into butter. And be unaffected by the polluting external stimulus, and like Akrura or like Bhishma Pitama, like Vidura, these people actually lived in a place where they were surrounded by polluting association, but they remained unaffected, pure-hearted, kept their consciousness of love for Krishna intact, very nicely defending themselves, and at the same time they did great good also. Like Bhishma Pitama spoke the whole Vishnu Sahasranaam for the benefit of the whole world, and he gave so much knowledge to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Vidura, what amazing preaching he did to Dhritarashtra. So much knowledge we are receiving now. So not only they protected themselves, they also distributed Krishna consciousness so that the world can benefit. So the daily chanting of the holy name, at that time you have to tell your mind, see, this is a chanting time, in the next couple of hours, you shut up your mouth, you can tell the mind, no, nothing else should be done. Everything else you keep aside, the past and the future, because your body and your mind are different from you. You are a soul seated in this bodily machine, and mind may have many racing thoughts, but the mind is not you. Body and mind are as dead as a stone. They don't have any life at all. The only life is present in the Atma. So the Atma is animating the mind. The Atma is animating the body. Just like my kurta, if you see, if I raise my hand, kurta is going. Not that kurta is having life. Kurta is always dead. But because I am inside the kurta, it is appearing life, having life. Same with mind also. Body and mind are dead, so you don't have to worry about them too seriously. If mind is asking, what about this boy? What about that boy? He said this, he said that. You can understand this mind is simply nonsense, because I am not the mind. I am not the body. And I am aloof from it. I am pure spirit soul in the spiritual world. I am unadulterated. And my nature is same as Krishna's nature. Krishna is Sachidananda, I am also Sachidananda. Krishna is pure, I am also pure. But the covering over me, the mind is an impure thing. That is creating all this throwing tantrums. And I am not going to take it seriously. Why people have a house which they bolt the door, correct now? Why they do that? For protection. So that any mischievous elements should not enter the house and create some trouble by stealing or looting or something, correct no? Similarly, you have to bolt your door of your mind inside and say that I am going to just chant the holy name. No external stimuli will be allowed to disturb me during the chanting. And if they come also, you can tell them not now, later. We will deal with it in the daytime. You get lost now. You have to tell them and just get into hearing well. hearing the chanting of the holy name. And if you want to know in what mood you have to chant, just Shikshashtakam, think of some of the prayers of Shikshashtakam. That is a universal prayer, secular prayer for all living beings, and even the people across the globe are able to appreciate it. So adopt that mood of Ayinanda Tanuja Kinkaram or Durdaiva Medrisha Mihajrina Anuragaha. So adopt that mood, hear the chanting of the holy name, and try to stick to this. Over a period of time, you will build your spiritual muscles. The more you try to focus, the more you get stronger, and the more you get stronger, gradually you will overpower Maya around you. Maya will not be able to hurt you. And we have seen in Prabhupada's mission many people coming out of Maya and then getting over Maya and then not getting affected at all by Maya and attaining complete success in their lives. So you have Bhagavo Jnana Tapasa Bhuta Madbhava Magata. Many in the past have achieved success in Krishna consciousness and gone back to Godhead. You and I are not the first people. There are millions who have gone back. So we have to follow in their footsteps and not become victims of Maya. Rather, we should become a victor. Victor means you conquer Maya, taking help of Krishna. Not that Maya buries you underground and you become a victim and you keep crying flat on the ground. So you have the opportunity. We are not like Akrura in the middle of Asat Sabha. We are not like Bhishma Pitama in the middle of Asat Sabha. You are actually having many good devotees here, and you have brahmacharis coming here and giving classes and everything. You have temple very nearby. If you start counting your good fortunes, there are so many. So think of the good fortune and take advantage, and don't get carried away by the current of Maya all around you. Don't identify with it. Be aloof from it. Identify with Krishna, Krishna's movement, Krishna's mercy appearing in your life in varieties of forms. Most prominently in the form of holy name. Harinam Prabhu ki. Let's offer our humble obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like desert trees or ocean of mercy and full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnava vrinda ki, Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki, Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki,